That's my main channel.
Okay, so then what else am I supposed to do?
Yo, Beef Boy Supreme. Yo, KarQ, roast him good on the fact he never quickscopes. Oh, I have ammunition. Thank you, Beef Boy, for the 5,000 bits.
Yo, fucking Beef Boy fucking snitching, dude.
No quickscopes? I'm ready to roast.
I didn't quickscope on this game. Numbani, I quickscoped like crazy.
But why wouldn't you? Quickscope should be.
This, I feel like I didn't even have to because I was so confident in my hipfire aim.
You still should have, and I'll explain why after. You doing my intro? Come on.
I think that was the intro, to be honest with you.
I'm gonna do it again then. Fine. Goodie for you. And a roast of flats. Let's begin. That's the intro. Okay, Stalf. You're going on the high ground. Yes. Should I put did you put chat on screen?
No, absolutely not. Okay.
I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it so they can. I need to see the insults. Okay. Going on the high ground as Ana to begin. That's totally fine. I would actually. So I do this sometimes, but you can throw a nade here. Kind of like what soldiers do with the door helix. You can actually do a nade. You just have to aim it a bit weird. That's a lineup. Small thing. Maybe you get like a couple % of alt charge. It's like 2.5%. Yeah. Well, shock dart. Learn them. Okay. What was it? Why did you just shoot and reload? Huh? What was that?
Because I just almost saw my Zarya explode and I just panicked.
Okay.
I was gonna start doing DPS and then watch.
Oh. You missed two ones.
Okay.
The Lucio. Okay. The Lucio kind of fucked you up. The Lucio kind of fucked you up with the speed. You know, you couldn't keep up.
Yeah,
they're moving a little too quick for you.
Yeah.
A little too quick for your slow pea brain. I'm roasting chat. How am I doing? Pea brain.
We're getting personal with this. Hold on. I guess I'll get personal too. Fuck.
Wait, did you say personal with pea brain? That means it's true. I was throwing shit on the wall to see what sticks, and you're just like, oh, it's going personal. So you're admitting you have a pea brain.
Yes.
All right. Enough said. Flats has a pea brain. Can we chant it? Flats has a pea brain. Little the size of a pea. A pea. A frozen pea. Actually, cooked peas are smaller because you know when vegetables heat up, they shrink.
They do.
Oh
I know
my.
the difference between a frozen pea and a cooked pea, size-wise. They look the fucking same.
Because one probably has like yeah, that's frosted.
It has nothing to do with the size of it though.
The reflection. It's shinier when it's cooked. It's shinier when it's cooked. Anyways.
It actually shrinks a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit.
Because the water gets dehydrated or some shit out of it.
Exactly. Maybe you get a little wrinkle in there too. Okay, so this is where quick scoping. Okay. Hold up. So this is where quick scoping comes in. If I'm you in this situation, okay, fine, a little early reload. This isn't right there. Okay, that one's fine. This is a quick scope. The fact that you try to go for an unscoped shot there and you were like, it looks funny in slow motion.
What are you going on
so
about?
you did go with the quick scope. Your aim just sucks.
Me, dude. You gotta actually be talking facts, not these fallacy bullshit.
It was slow.
Yeah, I missed.
Okay, reload. Like you followed him and then quick scoped at the end. Like you're not at max APM right now. Yes, you shot an unscoped shot right here. Okay, that's fine. And then right now you should be quick scoping on the way down. It should be out right now. But then you waited till, and you still missed. But like if you knew the APM a little bit earlier, you wouldn't have even aimed that low to begin with, and you would hit him. That's all I'm saying. Anyways, this is fine.
All I'm saying is I took the shot that would be 90% versus 50%. By the way, any comments on the amazingly dodged hook there? You wanna?
Yeah, that's just fucking
that sound for you right there.
That's just this Roadhog sucking ass cheeks.
What do you mean it's this whole Roadhog? I literally unscoped and backed up. Look from third person. I literally heard it coming.
You didn't hear shit. The hook's already out. Your eyeballs are behind this rifle. Like this.
Go in third person.
You're already looking.
Go in third person. Watch it in third person. You don't want to watch it in third person, don't you?
I'm in third person. This does not look like third person.
No, okay, then back up, fucking, and watch it again.
This guy just missed. You weren't even strafing that hard.
Oh, he missed. Okay, he just missed barely. But I backed up like a split second.
You backed up after you saw the hook in panic.
I didn't see it. You think my reaction time is that fast? We're at 0.25, and that was almost instant.
Okay, so let me actually roast.
I get I'm a fucking superhuman reaction time, but relax.
Okay, but in all seriousness, Okay, here's the key. Here's the secret. You know how you give me the secret of what to do with Ryan Nano? This is the secret of Ana. Listen, everybody listen to this Ana advice. You want to put yourself in a position where you can scope in, see teammates, and block as much enemy line of sight as you can. So you can accomplish what you're doing right now by hugging this, by just slightly shifting over here. Then you block off this entire flank. Yes, it's a roadhog there, but if I'm playing Ana in any other game in high elo, there's always there's tracers on this map every single fucking time that I'm just conditioned. If we're gonna take a fight here, I literally sit here to block LOS and accomplish exactly what you're doing, and it saves me. It saves like me an extra blink for the tracer to commit either fully here, or she has to waste more time to come around here, like behind this wall. Or if I'm playing like super wussy sometimes, I actually sit on this fountain like this, beside Q, Renagzan, and La Luz. I'm chilling right here because I still accomplish everything I need to do, exactly what you're doing, but this entire section is blocked. Like from their angle, I can't get shot by anybody here. You don't get punished here because obviously this hog missed and there's no tracer, there's no flankers. But you know, when the higher you climb flats as you keep playing this Ana, you're gonna get fucking jumped all the time. And I know in this game you weren't jumped as much, but I remember you're just like, dude, I'm getting fucking rolled in the back because no one's helping me. There's a lot of times where no one will help you and you're actually off defend on your own. So you have to minimize as much as possible the amount of angles the enemy can shoot at you while figuring out if you can do the same. Just basically ask yourself, can you do the same job but keep yourself safer? And the answer was yes here. You just fucking you dodged not a bullet, you dodged a hook. Okay, now he runs, and that's fine. So it's, do you see what you're doing now ish, kind of like now you realized it happened, and you probably didn't even realize you were instinctively going to the spot you were supposed to be 10 seconds ago. You realize instinctively now, so now you're hugging here a little bit more because now you're worried about that, but you forgot about that right side earlier.
True.
That's playing support, complete different than main tank. Just that entire like mindset. Less pressing W. The reason I hesitate so much on pressing W and stuff because I'm just paranoid of flankers, because you just get left out to dry so often. You're just worried. Hung out to dry.
The one game I complained about today was I literally didn't get orbed an entire game. Like
yeah.
Actually, no
yeah. Your other support doesn't look after you. You just feel it feels awful.
I mean, we still won. I still made it work, but it was ass.
Okay. So you know their entire team is here. You're pumping unscoped shots. I mean, this is fine.
This is when I'm trying to nano you.
Yeah, so you rotate, you backed up this way, which I don't like, because if you ever need to reposition, you actually have to run all the way around here, because now all of a sudden, now the fact that they're here, it's unsafe to cross back here. So like as they were pushing, you shouldn't have backed up in this direction, because there's also the worry about flankers. The only time I would ever like play here and back up here in certain situations is like if you have 100% control with people up here. And it seems like your Doomfist was actually up here, so like I understand why you were here, probably instinctively. Like we know when I queue with Wanted all the time, he's always playing here, so like I know as long as he's alive, I can play here.
That's the way I normally see like high level supports go, you know what
exactly
I mean? Like back is you're losing, this way if you think the fight's still winnable.
Yes that's why I understand why you're here, so I'm not like hard roasting that part as much. Okay, that was a nice try. But then situations like this happen, you're just like, okay, I mean, this part's a wash.
I knew. I was like, well, oh.
Okay, we'll just. Okay, you should have just died. Yeah, you're just wasting time. I mean, you got him. Yeah, easy. Farm the KD.
Rolled.
Farm the craft dinner. Okay,
come on. A little bit of trolling.
Okay. So you coming up here was actually the right call to start, because you weren't sure what the hell I was doing. You're like, fucking KarQ still on the motherfucking ground.
Yep.
So actually, this is where I would play. Sometimes actually this happens a lot, where I literally use this exact angle you're sitting at because my tanks drop down. Yep. I mean, it's probably better for me.
One time on that pole, and it saved me. So I love that pole.
Yes, this is your pole. Just dance with the pole. So obviously, maybe my first decision earlier was to come up first and then drop down after assessing the situation. But the fact that I started on low ground lost me some options, but luckily I didn't get punished for it because they're a low ground, whatever kind of team.
Yep. Low ground Larry.
So you playing here is totally fine. Totally fine. Break the railing. Oh, okay. Yeah, he did it. Yep, this is exactly where I would play. And now you're trying to assess what the team is doing. So right now I would have jumped down. Yes, I know, like I probably shouldn't have gone here. But
I
like
think this is the moment I go, wait, is when you pin. And I was like, shit.
yeah, this is where you have to be like, oh shit, I have to help him. Yeah, you should be dropping right now. Now, I know you might be saying it could stem from my first decision of going in, yes. But when you're playing support, even no matter what elo, you get main tanks everywhere. If I get you and Emong, I know how you play, but like you just have to get used to whatever main tank. So this applies to the people in chat or people watching this video. When you're Ana, your main tank is just a dice roll. You don't know the level of aggression. It could be a 1, could be a 6. You know, you have to kind of just assess how they're playing, and it is partially your job to kind of move with them. You don't have to like follow them to their death, but you need to be in an angle to help. I remember an Overwatch League player, like maybe like 4 years ago, who became an Overwatch League player. He was watching my Ana, and I remember I was playing Hollywood third point, and my entire team was moving up. He's like, no, you have to move up. Like, if your team is aggressing and everyone's kind of on the same page, you're gonna fall behind. It's actually your mistake now. If everyone's actually on page, you can like totally spawn camp this. And I know it's platinum, and we're not gonna all be on the same page, but you gotta move. You should have dropped down the minute you saw me pin.
Right.
Isn't there like a saying where it's like one bad decision is a bad decision, but if all 6 people do the bad decision, it's a strat or something like that? There's some sort of saying like that.
Something like that.
But anyways, you're in a spot where I would have dropped down, because it happens a lot. I see a main tank go in pretty deep. I have to drop around there. Now you are on low ground. You can actually play this corner right now to reassess. You can slowly back up there. I think you are. Yeah, your instinct is fine. Like you're doing it. Now you play this corner. You have to check my aggression. So now since I play so much Ana, I can see me here, and I know what I'm doing wrong from the perspective of an Ana. Because when I'm playing Ana, I know what my Rhine should do. When I'm playing Rhine, it's so much harder to see. I know exactly. I'm like, well, I don't know why the fuck I just stood here for some reason.
Well, I think I called you out on that actually in this game. You were like, I'm gonna go inside. I was like, what? No.
Yeah, I don't know. When I'm in the Rhine perspective, it's so different. But yeah, I can see.
Hide in the church or something.
It looks so stupid.
Fucking praying, dude. I was like, what are you doing?
That was a stupid decision by me. Anyways, okay, I don't like that nade. If there's ever a Rhine shield, if there's ever a Reinhardt, throwing it into him, trying to time it is a complete gamble, because he can put the shield up at any time. If it's like a Sigma and he's got that downtime, it's timeable and everything else. And even with Diva, it's a bit timeable. But with the way the Reinhardt can flash a shield at any time, even if you try to time it where he does a fire strike and you try to nade him or something, by the time the projectile lands and gets near him, he could probably flash a shield again. So like I try to avoid, I mean, I still do this like being Pepega sometimes. I'll just like not think and do it. But in these situations, you either just save the nade completely, or if you really think you can hit him, you should always be looking for splash nades against Reinhardt on environment. Like you should be throwing that way higher right here. Ding! You would have tagged both of them, and then they would have to run. That's a splash nade opportunity.
That makes sense. True.
Right there. Okay, I would nano you right now, or nano me. Yeah, you thought the same thing. That's okay. I don't roast too many bad sleep darts. If the sleep dart was the right call, but you fucked up the execution, I won't roast you on that, because that'll come.
Yeah,
but that sleep dart was fine. That was fine. That was good. I think you fucked up. That nade could have been a bit more left, but that's fine. All right. Have we done this with BAP? I would love to see it. Maybe we'll roast Flats' BAP later, and then maybe you can roast my monkey. My monkey's pretty ass too.
I think I did at one point.
Yeah. We'll do this again with different heroes. I'm not sure which game. Maybe King's Row?
I did play BAP on King's Row, actually, yes.
I know, you're looking at the soldier and you're like, what the fuck? Okay, you should move to the left. Don't trust me to block any shatters here. Is this where he shatters? Okay, I blocked it. Okay, so as an Ana player,
so hard I wasn't going behind you.
So maybe you're playing Ryan Instincts here, but I would almost never, in any circumstances in Ana, be swinging to the right here.
100%. You have and this is early in the day. You have not a single block to your name yet.
Yeah. So. Okay. Understandable. You're shuffling your feet over to the right, little feet shuffle, little Juan Soto going on here. So this is like, no. I would have said like right here, if I were you in this situation, as an Ana, just don't trust your Reinhardt to ever block your shatter 90% of the time. So yeah. I could tell from your perspective, I knew this was coming, not because like, obviously I watched the VOD earlier with the thing, but like in any circumstance, you're shifting over to the right here. And you know, coming out on Dorado here, like this entire flank is always an option for the enemy, where like a random Hanzo or a DPS peeks out here. So this is already rough.
Why did they pull their DPS remain? I heard them. With Soldier and Ash.
Okay.
You can hear them like shooting back there.
Yeah. That's true.
I don't say flanker wise, but yeah, no, you're 100% right on like, but.
Hey, I blocked it though. Hey, I did. That was the first one on the name.
I might have got hit by that though. Might have.
Maybe. All right. Yep. Okay, so now you're moving up here. You stay up here. Yeah, good. You're in a good spot here. So if I were you in this situation, let me just backpedal a little bit. Obviously, I wouldn't have stood there with the risk of that. Maybe in your brain, you're calculating, oh, I hear there's DPS main, so I don't have to worry about the right side. But you know, in high elo, literally not even just DPS's flank, fucking Lucio's flank. Random people just pop out on the side here. And sometimes it is hard to like see and hear and assess everybody who's in front of you. You just train your mind as an Ana player, as a support player, to worry about flankers, even if there isn't any flankers. It's just a mindset thing. So yeah, that's fine. But right now you should have, as soon as like you dodge that shatter, you should have been shifting, like slowly shifting back here and just playing up here for this angle, because you can actually at least use this as cover. They don't really have line of sight on you because they're still on low ground here. You have this middle pillar and you can jiggle and decide. If I start backing up, you can respond to the Rhine backing up and get behind this cover. If I'm going aggressive, then at least you can come up here and do it.
Okay. That's definitely different. That's definitely not
the positioning.
That's a totally different line of thinking.
Yeah.
Than I normally would. That makes sense though.
Yep. Now you stay scoped in. You don't have to worry about. Yep. Good pocket. That's right. The priority to pocket is good here. Yeah. Yep. Keep DPSing now. Good. This is where I'd look to heal because they're holding shield up. I wouldn't have dropped back down to cover here. I would have still stayed up there. Yeah, you weren't being threatened. I would have still stayed there. Now you made the game harder now, because now you lost information on the right. And like you have to kind of jiggle around this to figure out what to do. Now the payload's also another obstacle to heal. Like you're playing here. This is where you should have been. If you were to start being threatened or you see people starting to look at your line of sight, you just slowly keep healing, but you start shifting a little bit to the right. And this change of elevation is enough to give you cover, because you could just oop like that. Okay.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Oh, you keep people alive here. Yeah. So I just this spot here in general, I'm just not a fan of, at least for long periods of time. But you like to go here right now for some reason, because this feels like maybe like a Rhine thing. You kind of like, I don't know.
It is. 100% is, because when the cart's a little bit further up, I always shift in between the left and the right. Like, yeah, that line of thinking. Yeah, it's just different. Yeah, you're supposed to play right there.
And you could have saved me. Yeah, I fucked up, but you could have bailed me out. Half the game of support is bailing out your Rhine.
You were anti. What do you mean bail you
out? You could have slept the charge. Ooh, nice shots. Wait, actually, Pog. Hey, reload right now. Oh, he's just fucked.
He just exploded. I was like,
that beat literally got nobody on our team. Okay, got our soldier. Yeah, maybe I could have taken some damage here. I wasn't really assessing. Yep, you had to nade yourself there. That's fine with the call. Kill the soldier. Flick to the right here. Okay. Okay, so this is really subtle, and you're doing it instinctively. I'm gonna point this out and try to catch yourself doing this next time. And everybody who's watching this trying to learn Ana, it is literally just, I don't know what it is about healing in this game or being a healer. You have to literally train yourself not to. But when someone's low, especially as an Ana, everybody's tendency is to walk towards them. Everybody. Until you catch yourself doing it, you won't fix this natural tendency. So watch your own gameplay and watch what you're doing here. You're actually like, now you're first of all, you're kind of like in the open. Should have been here. Yes, that Rhine was doing a little tight fire strike, but you could jiggle that a little bit. But you see, watch what happens here when the soldier gets low.
Would I not want to play more to the left though? Because of like the way we are and the way they are?
No, because it's same idea with like, if they wrap the corner, there's too much ground to cover to like get back. Because you just never know like what the situation. I mean, like right now, if we're holding them in the corner, you like it's not terrible to hug the left corner here, but like just if they just go aggressive with the nano like this, and you're on the right side, like there's just too much ground to cover to go back out this way. And yeah, maybe you can run here and play behind the van a little bit. Maybe that's an option too. But yeah. Okay, so right here, watch what you're doing to the soldier. You actually have a bit of cover, but then the natural tendency, the thing I was pointing out earlier, is to start walking towards a person who's low. You won't notice it. It's subtle, but you took 3 steps forward for it because you were scared of like missing a scope shot. So the natural Ana tendency is to walk a bit closer to minimize that chance. But this is where my first saying of playing Ana, the first rule is to try to hard scope wherever you can because it is always the most accurate with the highest APM. Quick scope is that in between. The APM is a bit slower, but it gives you movement, and then the unscoped is like when you're just full out moving. But if you can keep yourself scoped while staying safe, that is the optimal way to play, as long as there's, you know, no flankers, no snipers. But that's why the whole idea of like minimizing that risk. So if you hug this wall or like block as much LOS while you're staying scoped, you don't have to worry about like missing unscoped shots because you're going to be way more accurate. So like watch high level like Ana players, Owl, or like, you know, ML7, maybe me, you know, when we're playing in higher elo games, and just watch the natural movement of like trying to find areas to stay scoped in. You'll see, like, I used to say like it's 1/3 unscoped, 1/3 scoped, and another third quick scope for the Ana kind of play style, like 33% each. But I would honestly say the higher you climb, you'll notice that they do like 50% staying scoped in, way more than unscoped. And that's because they put themselves in a spot or position where they can do it safely without dying. Okay, but anyways, now that I'm going aggressive, now you can push up in this left corner. Yeah. Honestly, knowing me, like if you trusted me to go in, that was a nano right there. But you probably didn't trust me to go in. You knew I was gonna pussy out, so you didn't do it.
Around and fucking hit the brakes anyway.
Yeah, I was gonna hit I hit the brakes there. If we're all on the same page in high elo, Lucio speeds us and you nano me, we go. But hey, you know. Okay. I think you're making call outs here. So this right there, these should all be scopes. Like, what are you unscoping for? The same principle, right? This is where you could really improve your accuracy. Like, soldier's back there, his fall off damage, he's hitting you with peanuts. This is where right here you can just stay scoped in. Just make it easier for you right now. There's literally no threat anywhere else. You just miss like 150 healing. Miss? Oh, you hit him there, but that's a miss right there. There. 3, 4. That's 4 or 5 shots. So that should have all been scoped right there, and you wouldn't have missed those. Where you had a lower chance of missing if you just stay scoped here. Unscoped shots always make the game harder for you. Remember that rule. Now it's gonna be a learning curve. You're gonna be scoped in, and you're gonna get picked off by like a widow, or like you're gonna get like killed or punished because you stayed scoped in when you weren't supposed to. But that's gonna be part of the growing pains. Like right here,
pains, true.
Yeah, right here, unscoped shots are fine. I mean, it's over now. You're just cleaning up. But earlier you missed, right? You saw it, right? Do I need to repeat it? You know what I'm talking about.
No, I saw it. I think we saw it.
All right, for the viewers, as a learning experience here. One more time for the people in the back. I'm ironing this in. Nano boost is fine. You called it. Stay scoped. Quick scope here or scope here alternate. You shoot this guy once and then you just make sure this guy gets topped off, because then Lucio can just self-heal himself. Once you hit him with 1 pump earlier, he'd be pretty close to full. And then you finish him. You go 1, then the soldier, and the soldier twice, then back to the Lucio for healing priority there. Yeah, and there's just a bunch of misses there. All right, next.
Makes sense.
I should talk a bit more about healing priority too, actually. Okay. Now you don't know any of the lineups, but sometimes here I'll since everybody holds up there, there's like a little nade I do where like out the door you can do a set 1, or you can come around the payload and do a set 1 around this corner. The next best nade is just chucking one into this room here, or chucking it right here, because people peek here. See, McCree's peeking here, or sorry, Cassidy's peeking there, Hanzo's peeking here. So the next best nade is, since nobody will probably take too much damage, you might not need it defensively. This is where you should be proactive and look for aggressive nade here to force him back, or a potential kill, because you'd be surprised like how much burst damage your team can do if they just peek really quickly here. All right, now. Yep. So same idea. See, you're doing it here exactly what I was saying earlier, where you try to like unscope there is fine, but right now shit's about to break down. You went to cover, right?
Yeah.
And then now you're doing the thing I was telling you, where you're putting yourself in a position where you can accomplish the scoped in healing because it's way more accurate while simultaneously blocking line of sight. Your positioning here is good. This is exactly what you're supposed to do. You scope in and top them off. If you had shot an unscoped shot to heal the Zarya from this range, that's a mistake. But this is right. You blocked off that entire LOS. Like from your POV, they can't see you, but you can get the clean shot. Scoped in, accurate, right here. Good. Good. And then you assess situation. And then instinctively, right here, I see soldiers low. I don't even risk the unscope shot. I either quick scope them or I shift. You'd be pressing A and W right now, like the fucking fast food. Block this, quick scope him, or hold the scope to heal him twice. Whatever, if he keeps getting poked at. But what did you do here? You went for an unscope. You missed the second one. He panicked and he ended up fucking biotic fielding. But this is where like a lot of cooldown management in this elo is a bit everywhere. He has no trust. Okay, so you're moving underneath. Everybody's got to move as a team. We got a kill earlier. Yeah, follow him. Look for an aggro nade here. Ah, yeah. Yep, stay scoped in. Good. Pump the unscope shots. Yeah, that's fine. Okay. Yeah, okay. 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 Uh-huh.
Yeah, anything for that one? Anything
I mean, yeah. And then you're probably just like, oh, what the fuck? Yeah, at this point, I would have just given up on me. And if I were you, I would have just pressed D right there. Go back and cover because Hanzo and Cassidy are staring at your face.
Yeah, I don't know about that one, dude. That one was an interesting decision. To be honest with you.
That was a little panic. Fuck, do I save him?
I'm glad you got to see it from my POV now.
Yeah. Yeah. See, as an Ana player, and if I saw my Ryan do that, I'd be like, what the fuck? But listen, and the Ryan, now that I was that Ryan who did that, the angle, the perspective is different. I would have just nanoed me right there. I would have nanoed the Ryan earlier there.
You're so far away though.
The rare moment. Yeah, but then he's going to be pressing S and he's going to pop his flash his shield. Now I'd catch up to the Ryan 100% just because he's going to panic and he's going to flash his shield. And he has to press S and I'll be going a bit faster. I got bubbled here, so this is probably where I would have nanoed me there. And then the anti and that burst damage initially wouldn't have done as much. And then and it gave him an opportunity to do that shit. So minor decision making thing there. Actually, it's kind of major. No, I actually 100% would have nanoed. I was thinking about it. It's because we know what happens after this. Yeah. So it's clouding our judgment. But if I were, let's just say I don't know what the outcome of this, and I see my Ryan doing this, getting this close to the Hanzo. This guy pressing S. We have cooldowns. We have all 6 people. Yes. Well, 5v5 because those two are fighting out there. This is a clean 5v5. Actually, wait. No, Zarya's not even there. Like, this is 100% a nano. If I didn't even know what was happening, I would just see my Ryan do that. I would just press nano there. That would have changed this instantly. That Hanzo would have died because he was so low. Do you see him? I got 2 swings and a fire strike, but I think he got a little bit of juice and he lived. From the Ana perspective, we can see why you were purple the whole game. Zarya doesn't save bubbles for you. That was true. But I'll be honest, when I was playing Ryan, I was not thinking of what my Zarya was doing. I probably should more though.
Tough to say, honestly.
Yeah. Okay. So I like what you're doing here.
World, you want that, but that's not always gonna happen.
That's not always gonna happen, right? Just like when you're playing Ana and your Ryan goes aggressive or passive, you just don't know what they're gonna do. So you just have to kind of learn to play around it. So I had to learn how to play around the bubbles, I suppose, and then you as an Ana got to learn to play around this. I like that. See, you're using the cover and you're peeking. You're staying scoped. Here, I could argue you could do unscope. It's really hard to miss the giant Ryan here, but I mean, I think I was just screwed anyways. It's fine. That was a wash. Or do we win this? I can't remember. Oh, we do win this. This Doomfist was fucking. Well, the Doomfist was pulling.
Me and this dude went fucking crazy.
Yeah, he was going crazy here. Missed. Nice sleep. And then the Doom finished him off. Oh. Yeah, you're getting close, and I like you go back into cover. Yeah. Nice try there. Yeah. Happens. I'm back. Ooh. Okay.
Stop moving. No, he was leaning the other way.
He was leaning the other way and he pulled the MJ on you. A little Michael Jackson, a little shimmy to the right, shimmy to the left.
A little shimmy to the left, a little shimmy to the right.
That concludes roasting Flats' Ana. I went a little harder this time. You probably made less mistakes here than the first one, but I went harder this time, just nitpicking a lot more. Hopefully you got some value out of it and the viewers did as well. Thanks for watching. Subscribe.
Ring bell.
Ring the bell. Ding dong.
Ding dong.